Welcome to another episode of a Safe Love podcast. Signs you're loving someone who can't love you back. Have you ever felt like you're giving someone your heart, but the love never comes back to you the same way? You show up, you care, you try to make it work, but somehow you're the only one fighting for the relationship. Sometimes the hardest truth to accept is you can love someone deeply and may still may not be giving you the capacity to love you the way you need to be loved. In this episode of the Safe Love podcast, we're talking about five of the realest signs that you may be loving someone who simply isn't able to love you back the same way. This conversation might hit home for a lot of people. Listen, reflect, and join the conversation. Okay. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that's tuning into the podcast. My name is Phenomenal Mindy, the host. And the title of this podcast today, we're going to call it Signs You're Loving Someone Who Can't Love You Back. I know, it could be a lot. It could be a lot, right? So I'm going to help you identify five. Hear me good. I'm going to help you identify five of the real things or the real signs that you may be loving someone who simply isn't able to just simply love you back. So for anyone who has ever felt like they were, giving their heart to someone, but somehow the love just wasn't quite reciprocated in the same way. Again, sometimes the hardest truth is to accept this. You can deeply love someone. You really can. You can deeply love someone, but it's just not given, and that's okay. That's okay. But it's not because you're not worthy enough of that. No, it is not because you didn't try hard enough. It's not because of that. Everybody is worthy of loving it each and every own way. May not be going the same route or giving the same steps the same too, but everyone is worthy. You know the saying says, uh, there's somebody for everybody. I'm quite sure we can agree to that. There's somebody for everybody. It's just you finding your person. It's simply you finding your person. But sometimes people be emotionally, and this is a big one for me. You can be emotionally unavailable. And when I say emotionally unavailable, we gonna get into that. Hold on. We gonna get in there. We don't want to take it too fast. But you can be emotional unavailable. You can be unhealed, or simply just not ready for the kind of love that's being offered to you. And a lot of times, I'm going to stress this and stress this enough. A lot of times, it's because we as a person haven't taken the time to cleanse our spirit and our soul of the things that didn't or no longer serve us purpose in some shape, form, of another. If you love that person and it didn't work out, I need you to cleanse yourself. It's very important that you do that. Stop jumping out of the pot into the frying pan and it's getting worse and worse. And then now you feel like, oh, I'm always attracting a certain type of people. So take the time and, cleanse the energy of that last person. Because you don't want to get with somebody that's good, somebody that's for you, and then it don't work out. And now you're stuck with all of those baggage from that person before. So you need to cleanse yourself. And I can't stress that enough. Cleanse yourself. But it's simply not meaning that you're not ready for this kind of love that somebody giving. And I made the mistake myself of being with someone for a very long time, and there wasn't anything shown that reciprocated. I didn't say love me, but they didn't have the same kind of love. We can love all different languages, but the core of everything, it still has to be the love. It is just the bottom line. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that at all. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate the follow. So we got to know that. Today we're gonna learn about the signs that you may be loving someone who's truly not loving you back. Because I want us to get it right. I want us to get it right. I'm gonna write the vision, we're gonna make it plain, and we're gonna start with the number one. The number one sign, you're always the one giving. And I'm giving you examples. You can write this down. And so you can go back and study it. You know, the first one, you're always the one giving. You're the one always checking in. Every time you turn around, he say he like you, or he say he want to be in a relationship with you, or whatever y'all exchanging. And you always the one reaching. There's no reaching. If y'all don't talk, it's because you ain't called, or you the one that ain't text. I'm really being honest. You don't talk now. You don't talk unless you the one reaching out. Why is that? Why is that? You're the one always making effort. You're the one always fixing the problem. And see, now you doing all of this, you might as well be raising a kid. You might as well be mothering a kid. Why you're always checking in? You putting forth, well, let me call him because I know he's gonna be mad if I don't call him. Let me call her. She's gonna be having a pouty face if I don't call her. What are we doing? We're all adults. We should all be held accountable for everything, and all should be able to take accountability. You know? Yes, you should drop those zeros and get yourself a hero, or she is not interested. Absolutely. 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 Love starts to feel one-sided. Healthy relationships have balance. When someone's love you, they're gonna show up for you. You're not gonna be able to ask them when you gonna come over here and take me out. Ah, you ain't got to ask. And so I always advocate to women because a lot of us don't have examples, or a lot of us are not positioned enough to have parents or guardians that took care of us in a certain way, or did certain things, or have a certain mental capability of talking a certain way. You know, so I always advocate for women, and I always talk to women. Someone asks me, how do you know? You know, it'll feel right. There's no question, there's no confusion. The vision is wrote plain. And I always tell women, if there's not a plan, if there's not a plan in the place, why are you pursuing? Why are you even letting them pursue you, chase you, call you? He's a man without a plan. So you need to definitely understand it. And that works both ways too. They work both ways. They work both ways. You need to have a plan put in place. Okay? You need to be able to follow him on his plan, not make the plan for him. Now it's okay to have certain things in backup, but not to overdo it. No, we're not doing that. So you're always the one checking in, making effort, and fixing the problem. You're not Bob the Builder. You're not. You're not at all. So why are you building? You know, in that aspect. But number two, they only show up when it's convenient. They only show up when it's convenient for them. Not not convenient for you. And then to be mad if you didn't follow through to their convenience. You know, they call when they need something. That's the only time you hear from them. Is they saying, "Oh, I need this." Oh, well, it's not monetary. Can you do this? Like, what are we doing? Like, be serious with yourself. They call when they need something from you, and you're so caught up in the fab or the idea of having a person. So now you you were seen as a convenience store, and that's sad. They want your attention when they're alone. This is the biggest one for me. You want the attention long as, again, is there somebody there? No. Don't call me when you're lonely. No. Call me and say, hey, I'm kind of busy right now, baby. I'm just letting you know that I think about you and you was on my mind and how much I miss you and want to see you. You know? You said Betty Wright said, having a piece of man is better than having a man at all. Bad advice. I'm definitely gonna agree with that. That's a stampede inside the Melanie Bean house. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a stampede. And when I got older and realized the lyrics to the song, wait a minute. What did she say? For all along, this is something. Thank you, Jay, for sharing the live. All along, we've been singing it and manifesting it through this song. And that's definitely not the other only song out there, but I ain't gonna go into that because it's gonna start a whole nother conversation. So they want your attention when they're lonely. But when you need emotional support, they know where to be found. If you're having a bad day and you calling your person, and you're like, dang, I'm at work and I'm just feeling hysterical. I just, need to hear their voice. They ain't there for you. And then they're gonna come back with an excuse. I was so busy. And sometimes you can text them and tell them what it is. Excuses. I remember being in 12th grade and our 12th grade teacher, I will never forget, her name is Miss White. She will always make us say this saying, excuses are tools of incompetence used to build monuments of nothingness. And as I got older, I kept saying, why she had us to say that? Excuses are tools of incompetence used to build monuments of nothingness. And I'm telling you, I say by the time I got out of high school, you stop thinking about it. By the time I got in the 30s, the word began to come back to me fluently. And I'm saying to myself, why does Miss White have us to learn it? You know? Because it's just like everybody's gonna make an excuse for something. And then there we are giving the benefit of the doubt. Like, yes, deep, that deep. It definitely is. Real love doesn't only show up when it's convenient. No. Some people say love unconditional, but no, it's love with conditions. You love me as long as I do this. You love me as long as I do that. But if I don't do that, I can't do that, then now I don't know about him or her. What they got going on? I don't know. They ain't did what I need them to do. They ain't come through when I need them to come through. So now it's we ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. Yeah. So number 3, you feel confused more than secure. It's very chaotic. Nothing is in plain. Nothing is obviously or obvious. Nothing. Everything is, well, I wonder, I'm guessing. Do they love me? Possibility. No. Talk to me. When you're in a relationship, you need to talk to your partner. No matter how hard you may feel, it's to say certain things. And if it's to that point where you can't say nothing because now we're on eggshells and now I can't talk to my partner, we don't even need to be together to begin with. Let me just throw that out there. We don't even need to be together to begin with. You need to feel secure. If you lay down at night with them in the bed, you ain't got no worries on your head. You ain't got no worries hanging on you about that person. You comfortable. You can let yourself down. You can let your guard down. You can go. And when you get to that point, you will definitely know you will feel so free. It will be calming. Like I'm really being honest. Have y'all ever been in a relationship like that? Well, it's so calming. It's relaxing. You know. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love and the gift that you are giving. One day they make you feel so special. Ooh, you're so special. The next day Why you call me? You know I was at work. Now you feel distant with them. That's the problem. That's a problem if that's your person. No, don't butter me up. What's that song say? Buttercup, buttercup, love me up, baby, just to let me down. You mess me around, and worst of all, you never call, baby, just to say you will. You know, and I don't own the rights to that lyrics for Facebook's sake. But I'm just saying, have y'all heard that song before? No. Don't fill me up. Don't fill me up just to let me down. You might well let me be. Let me be, let me be, let me be. I really hate that. Don't have me feeling all some type of way. But then it goes back to confusion. Because a man will ask you, what's wrong? And vice versa, they'll say, what's wrong? What's wrong? How you feeling? Mm-mm. When someone truly loves you, there is consistency. Love should bring you peace, not constant confusion. Not constant confusion. Consistency. A man will show up if he's serious about you. He ain't gonna play about you. He ain't gonna let you be confused on nothing. He gonna make sure he puts you inside of everything and let you know everything that's going on. Now he might not tell you about the reservation and location because it's a surprise for you. But when a man really serious about you, he gonna show up for you. You ain't got to wonder or think about possibility of what's on the other side. Nah. He gonna show up. He gonna have a plan. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate it. He gonna have a plan. Like pay attention to those signs, and when you cleanse properly, you will be able to identify properly. Okay. So number 4, they avoid commitment. If you talking to somebody and they always want to go with the flow, let's relax, baby, and just go with the flow. No, if he consistent, he's serious about you. He knows the flow that he giving. He knows it. You can feel the energy coming from it. We don't need to wait. Now it's a different if you got one that's rushing, then that's a red flag. But a man that's there and telling you every step away what's going on, showing you, showing up, you ain't gotta ask him, what are we doing? You won't be confused. Jay said, true, true, true. Yeah. I mean, you won't have to worry about none of that. None of that, none of Nathan, nothing. They gonna enjoy your presence. And because they're looking for that person, because they real about what they say, they're gonna enjoy your presence. They're gonna want to see you. They're gonna want to check up on you. They're gonna want to know about your well-being. They're gonna want to know how you feel. Just because they're emotionally connected or emotionally healed. Everybody that you come in contact with not gonna be healed. That don't mean you sleep with all of them. Uh-uh. You throw it back to the seat. Let somebody else turn. Don't let it be your turn. You know, I appreciate the love and the light you're giving me. But they enjoy the benefit of having you around. Now, this under the avoiding commitment. They enjoy the benefit of having you around. Why? And this works not just this, what I'm saying here works for friendship as well. Because I'm going to tell y'all, you'll have people around you because they know you're going to spend, because you got it like that. They know it, so they already been pocket watching you. They gonna watch you. So they know you're gonna spend, they know you're gonna buy, they know you're gonna smoke, they know you're gonna go shopping. They know you're gonna always vacate and they like the shit you do. They be secretly, man, I'm just being real. So that not only works in a relationship too, this works as a friendship, platonic friendship as well. No. Uh-uh. But when it's time to define the relationship or build something real, suddenly, I'm just not ready. As my grandma would say, them sap suckers, you just not ready. You doing all the things that's necessary to be in a relationship, but damn it, they just not ready. Stop forcing it, sis. Relax. Stop forcing it, brother. Relax. You know, and it's okay. And I know you may feel like, oh, I wasted my time and energy. It happens. It happens. So when it's time, you'll know. You'll definitely know. Don't waste your time when they say they're not ready after a certain amount of time y'all been going on and they just not ready, but they still want to go out to eat. They still want to go on vacation. They still want to have the luxury. Or like my grandma would say, they why buy the cow when they get the why? Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Why buy the cow? Like seriously. So this is the one of the biggest signs someone likes you but can't truly love you the way you need to be loved. You deserve to be loved. When there is love, there is a beautiful thing. It's amazing. And I love to see black excellent love. I love to see it. I love to see it. I love to see the way men love for their woman. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Number 5, you keep hoping they'll change. I remember watching an episode of The Young Fix My Life, and she was telling the young lady who's in an abusive relationship, you know, and he was verbally abusive too, bad, like really bad. But the message is, she was telling her, you know, I was with my partner for X amount of years. This is me paraphrasing. So I was with my spouse X amount of years, and I kept thinking, he's gonna get it, he's gonna get it, he's gonna get it. And then after a certain while, you say to yourself, he ain't getting it. He ain't getting it. I was that person. I was that person that was sitting there and I was caught up in the aesthetics of everything as far as the relationship that we would do. Again, he wasn't ready. But I kept on. I kept on. I kept on. I knew he had childhood trauma that he needed to overcome. And I understood that. But I thought back then that I could help him through that. And not realizing, oh, he not gonna do until he ready to do. No matter how much you position him, no matter how many times you say things, you know, this man here is stuck, you know, stuck. He couldn't get out of and these are when men grown and they have the kid that's still inside them. They have not grown up. The kid is still there. And we need the kid to grow up. And vice versa too. The little girl's still there, but we need the little girl to grow up. And the little girl can't grow up. The little boy can't grow up. So now we're forced to have this adult body with this child inner being, and you get with people and you fumble them. And sometimes it's not intentionally done, but it's simply because the kid is still a kid in there. That's why I tell people, go back and heal the inner child. Go back and heal the inner child. The inner child needs to be healed because what'll happen if you want to have kids, now you have all a little bit of inner kids, and then it's a generation thing, and they're all stuck in kid form. Like they say, the children of the corn, they're all stuck. They can't get out. It's hard to get out. And especially when you're in your 40s and you're in your 50s, shit, that's years of unhealed, some decades of unhealed. It hurts to the core, and especially for our black men because a lot of them not at home with their kids, you know, and I really hate that. So I mainly advocate for women, but I talk to men as well, and I have conversations with men as well, and I try to help and add to the community, not take away or not talk down. See, some of our people a little bit, but it's okay, you know. So you help and you contribute to that. You help for it to get better because it takes a village for to raise kids, to raise children, and so they won't go astray or they won't grow up. And then now they're a womanizer, or now she's a systemizer, and just out of control. And now we got a generation, so now we don't even know the old generation that we trying to get back in the present is no longer violent. Why? Because all of that been washed away. You know. Thank you for the gifts and thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. It's very vital that we start teaching. It don't have to be your child, or it don't have to be your person. It could be anybody. Speak up, be a voice, you know. And if they don't accept or not acceptable to what you put down, don't no biggie. No biggie. Because we all can agree to disagree. We definitely can all agree to disagree. Hmm. Don't hope they will change. Hope don't help nobody. No. Hope don't help nobody. Stop hoping for the change. Uh-uh. Don't see their potential. You're not an attorney. You're not a lawyer. You're not even a doctor. Don't see. Follow me now. Follow me. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Don't, and Spotify. Don't hope and don't see their potential. You are not a doctor. Come on. Stop doing stuff that's supposed to be their parent job. Stop doing it. You believe if you love them harder, support them more, or stay patient just a little while longer, they'll eventually become the person you need them. I had to learn that too. I had to learn that. It didn't come to me. No one told me. No one positioned me. I didn't have examples. I just had a test, completion pass, or I didn't fool with it at all. So don't believe that you can love them. If I just love them a little while longer, I just only gave it a year. So maybe if I give it another 5 years, you support them to the max. You're the only person supporting them, but it's still never enough. Mm-mm. Don't think if you endure something, no, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Sis, it's not gonna happen, bro. It's not. They're not gonna eventually become your person. You sometimes you end up being like, Some people even hate behind out there because they be so you done been broken so much by that person to the point you don't got nothing else. You don't got nothing else. Love shouldn't be about waiting for someone to become different. I need to be able to love you for who you are. Uh-uh. I can't say I see your potential, and I have a gift of a lot of things. If you know anything about Gemini, Jack of all trade, and now I'm talking spiritual, I can see a lot of things. I can see the good person on the other side of that's standing in front of me. I can see that. But if they don't see that, you wasting your time. You're not a magician. No, we're not playing magic tricks. We're not doing it at all. Mm-mm. The real moment of truth. The real moment of truth. Sometimes we hold on. We hold on. People hold on to people because they love us well. They're not in love. Notice I said that. They love us well. But because we're afraid to let them go of the version of them we hope they will become. There's that I release you to go get healed. And then you go ahead and be with somebody else. And now I feel like all the effort that I gave up first is now given to somebody else. I'm not when I wrote this podcast, I sat down and wrote the script to this. I'm not telling you something that I think. I'm not telling you something that's somebody else's story. I've been through this myself, and I was able to write this down and put this in a podcast. I do this every week, day in and day out. Give me what to say. Don't give me false hope that I can get these people. No, give me something that's positive that I can say. I was too afraid to let go because, again, now the years that I put into this seed and trying to grow this seed, now this seed here taking my seed and planting my seed into somebody else. That shit hurts. It hurts hard. It cuts just like a knife. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It hurts hard. And that's a painful place to be in. It hurts. I wouldn't lie to you. But the key message here is loving someone who can't love you back the same way will slowly drain your peace, your confidence, and your emotional energy. Loving someone who can't love you back the same way, meaning they can't give you the same type of love. Y'all love language is not lying. And this is something that I call unequally yoked and not alignment. Instead, you're draining. Yeah, you go see them, y'all meet up or whatever, y'all have a good time. And after that, it's something chaotic. Now, when you leave him or her, you feel drained. Why is that? No, they don't drain you. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. They don't drain you. You deserve someone who just receive your love, but they can match your energy. You know, you deserve someone who can match energy. I know you don't want to be out here and y'all energy not matching and things not aligning within the universe. No, we need to fix that. We need to heal that. Some things we need to let go. We need to do that. I wouldn't I wouldn't dare get on the platform and tell you a lie because I want all types of fans. Nah, I'm not selling my soul for that. That's not what I'm called to do. So, with this being said, if any part of this episode resonate with you, I want you to remember this. I want you to remember this. Love should feel safe. Consistency. It should be mutual. What I'm putting out, you picking up with vice versa. It should be mutual. It should be a consistent thing. I feel safe with you. Love should feel like that. You deserve a love where you don't have to question your worth. You ain't got to question nothing. The man love the essence of you, baby. You deserve love where you don't have to question your worth. I'd say that one more time. Or chase someone's attention. Don't be knocking down to call them 1st. Mm-mm. If a man's serious about you, he don't want to hear from you. He gonna want to hear from you. He gonna want to see you. He love the essence of you, the femininity of you, not that old masculine stuff, the energy that you projecting out or giving out. Don't no man want to be around a woman and you thugging more than he thugging. No, we ain't matching that type of energy. We matching consistency. So this is a safe love podcast where we talk about healing, self-worth, building healthier relationships, domestic violence. We talk about all that. And before we go, I want to ask you something. Have you ever loved someone who couldn't love you back in the way you deserve? With that being said, that is the end of the podcast. I thank you for tuning in and watching me. Make sure you tune in each and every week, every Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I approve of everything that we've been talking about. And I want to see us grow. I want our community to expand. I want you to teach your children, everybody, the village. This is how we gain the village back. This is how we do that. Get involved. As they say, be the footprints in the sand. You do simply that. Do that. Bye. And I love you guys, and there's nothing you can do about it. And see you next week on the next episode.